Hello statistics students, Mr. Guzzato here, and today's learning target is to use the formulas to calculate the least squares regression line. In the past we've used the graphing calculator to find the least squares regression line by using the scatter plot and the calculator commands, but here I want to introduce you to these formulas. So the regression line is y hat equals a plus bx that I just highlighted in green, and the formula for slope is here in blue. The slope is the correlation coefficient r times the standard deviation of y divided by the standard deviation of x. And in order to find the y-intercept, we can use the formula below it, that the y-intercept is y bar minus b times x bar. So I just highlighted that. And another fact about the least squares regression line is the average of the x's and the average of the y's is always on the least squares regression line. So as I mentioned, the learning target is to use those two formulas in blue and yellow to find the least squares regression line. We're going to take a look at an example on the next slide. So if you look at this example on the screen, our goal is to find the least squares regression line. So we know that y hat is equal to a plus bx. And here I just underlined the formula for slope. The slope formula is r times the standard deviation of y divided by the standard deviation of x. So to find the slope formula, we're going to use the r value, which is the correlation coefficient. I just circled it in red. So b is equal to negative 0.634 times the standard deviation of y, and I just put a box around it, so times 0.887, and divide by the standard deviation of x, and I just put a box around that one, so divided by 28.70. So at this point we're going to get out our calculator and type that in. So when you type that into your calculator, you can see my screen that you get negative 0.01959435554. And I'm going to write that whole number down in this example, and then I'm going to show you another calculator command shortly. So B is negative 0.01959435554. So that would be the first step. Now I need to find the y-intercept, so I'm going to use this blue formula. So for the blue formula, the y-intercept is y bar, so that's this number that I just put a box around in blue. So it's 5.24 minus the value of b, and the value of b is right above us, so minus parentheses negative 0.01959435554. And I'm going to show you how to do this in your calculator in a minute, times x bar. So x bar, I just put another blue box around it, is 47.86. So in order to do that on your calculator, we're not going to type in that long decimal. We're going to say 5.24 minus, and I like to use the answer button. So if you press second, and then answer, which is that red button, it says ANS, and then I can say times 47.86. So I'd like everyone to use the answer button instead of rounding or instead of typing in that long decimal. So when you hit enter, that is the value of the y-intercept. So the value of the y-intercept is 6.17785849. Now most computer software and the homework that I assign you, I'm going to ask for 4 decimals. So when you type in your answer, you're going to use 4 decimals. So you're going to say y hat is equal to 6.177, and we're going to round to 4 decimals, so we would say 79. So the idea here is this 5 rounds that 8 up to a 9, minus 0.019, and we're going to round this 5 up to a 6. So when you do your homework, I want 4 decimal places. So this should help you with the first two problems in the homework and how to find the least squares regression line using the formulas on the screen.